Do you ever feel like you need a guide as you're going on your ancestry journey and you're trying to figure out your ancestors and you're trying to discover who they are and when they were born and all of that information, and you're just like, I need a guide. I need somebody to take me by the hand and walk me through where I need to go to look for the next records. FamilySearch has that, and I'm sitting here with the creator of Guided Research, Darius Williams. Thank you so much.
Glad to be here.
I appreciate it. Well, guided research is something that I really don't think a lot of people know about. Tell me a little bit more about why did you guys even create this aspect of this enormous FamilySearch wonderful page? There's so much to do on FamilySearch, but I think guided research is really undervalued. A lot of people don't even know it exists. Why'd you do it?
There's a lot to learn if you're trying to research your family, and we wanted to simplify things as much as we could. The wiki's great, it provides lots of information, but that's a lot to read through, and we wanted to make it so if you know that you're looking for a birth in Nova Scotia,
okay,
it's simple. You go to the guided research, you click on the link for births, and it will show you the very best place online to search for births for somebody from Nova Scotia. And if that doesn't work, then it'll give you some alternatives and then some problem-solving help. But the very best place to go...
problem-solving help.
Yeah.
I always have problems and I want solving help.
But the very best place to go to search may not be Ancestry.
Right.
You know, a lot of times it will be.
Right.
But what if you hit Ancestry and Find My Past and FamilySearch?
You're not finding it.
And you still don't find it.
Yeah.
What if the best place to search really was the online parish clerks? That's what it is in Lancashire, England.
Okay. But
I had no idea. I didn't.
Yeah. One of my most popular videos are the videos that I've done on the places that I use the most as a professional researcher. Y'all love websites. Y'all want to know, where can I go to find this particular birth record or marriage record or whatnot?
So we constantly review, you know, if Ancestry updates their collections, we might have to go in and make a change.
Okay.
We had a big change last year for Sussex, England. That county had a new collection published by Ancestry. That wasn't the #1 place previously that we would send you. Now it is.
Okay.
And so as more information gets added, we're constantly updating it, trying to keep up so you don't have to worry about that part of the job. You just need to go in and do your searches.
Yeah, and find your people.
Have that success. Yeah.
I love that. I think that's fantastic. And that's one of the other things that I love about the FamilySearch wiki pages. And by the way, we've done another video on the wiki pages because he's the man for that too. And so I'm going to have a link to that at the end of this video so that you can check out this wiki video, because that's a whole nother ball game of amazing, wonderful things that you need to know about. But one of the things that I love about both the wiki pages and guided research is FamilySearch is sending you everywhere. They're not just sending you, we have this record group that you need to check out. They're telling you to go to Ancestry, MyHeritage, the local parish, whatever. And I'm so thankful for that, because it really does help you. It's kind of a one-stop shop. It really does help you find what you're looking for, and you don't have to just be restricted to your platform only. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. All right, so show me how this works. So if you're in the FamilySearch page, and by the way, you don't even need to have an account to use guided research or the wiki pages,
Correct,
right?
Correct.
So you can have an account or not, but so I'm on the FamilySearch, FamilySearch.org, and it's free. By the way, it's free to have an account on FamilySearch. So the account lets you do a few other things, but it's not even necessary for these pages. So show me where we would go next.
So if you go to the search tab and click on that and drop down to the research wiki.
Okay.
From there, you've got two options, and that's one thing with most of the wiki and guided research. There's usually a couple of ways to navigate.
Okay.
And you can go to the sidebar and go to guided research.
Perfect.
Or over here,
right
this
there.
Jumpstart Your Research link.
Okay.
That'll take you to guided research also.
Perfect.
And then we've got a list of 22 countries.
So this is country-based, it's not topic-based. Guided research is location-based.
Correct.
So if I'm researching in New York, you and I had talked about this, and I've discovered that my ancestors were born in Ireland, I can go here to give me kind of, okay, this is what you probably need to be looking for, and these are some of the places you can go to get your information next.
Yes.
Or a different state that maybe I don't know about, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, super, let's see.
So if you have a new place to go to that you're not familiar with, you don't know what's the best place to search, all you have to do is come here and, for instance, you've been researching in New York, you find out your ancestors were from England, and they were from Essex County.
All right.
And you can either click on the map,
or I don't know.
Yeah, and if you click on the link here, it'll give you a list of the counties.
Okay.
And then you can select Essex out of that, and it only gives you 3 options. So you don't have to read through a whole bunch of stuff to figure out where to go next.
Okay.
I want to find birth
Keep it
information.
simple, stupid.
Yeah.
That's my motto if you didn't already know that. All right, let's go.
So you can click on the birth link, and the very first thing it sends you to is a collection at FamilySearch. And with FamilySearch collections, we were able to do something special where if you hover over this list of collections, when you click on to do the search, it's going to search just these collections that pertain to Essex births.
Perfect.
So it'll group all of those together and do the search combined by clicking on this link here.
Wonderful.
Now, if you don't find it, if you don't find the person you're looking for, let's say I'm looking for Julia Colt, she doesn't show up in that search, then I could try this next. And that one's going to send me to find my past in this case. If I don't find it, then there's this section on what else you can try. We want to give you the best chance for success. And when we set guided research up and developed that, the team wanted to give you a really high percentage chance of success with that first search. And so we hope that you'll have about a 70 to 80% chance of success with that first item on the list. So we simplify it where you don't have to read a bunch of how-to information. You just go do the searches, and then if you don't find it, come back, we'll help you with that.
That sounds great. Now, one of the things that I noticed is that when I'm like in the FamilySearch collection, it did ask me, did you sign into FamilySearch? And if not, do so now to view more available. So if you're not signed in, you can look at the wiki pages and you can look at the guided research, but once you go into the records, you need to be signed in order to see the records. And occasionally they may be locked because of permissions, right? You might see the camera with a little lock over it, or it may show a record and you can't actually see the image. But if I just go to a FamilySearch library or affiliate library, then I can see it in most cases.
Then you can see it, or in a lot of situations, it'll be available on Ancestry or Find My Past or My Heritage. And so the second option here usually will overcome that.
Oh, that sounds great. Okay. So, and by the way, if you sign into FamilySearch, again, it's free. It's not like you have to pay like you do at Ancestry or the other platforms. You can have an account at FamilySearch at no cost. Let's do another example so that we can see how this might work in a different location.
So let's say, for instance, you find out that your ancestors from Ireland.
Okay.
And Irish research is a little more difficult.
Yeah.
There are some complications. Well, with guided research, we built that in to helping you get to the right information fast.
Okay.
So it makes a huge difference if you're searching before 1864 or after. Now, a lot of immigrants came to the U.S. before 1864.
Right.
If we're looking before 1864, then you need to really know, were they Catholic, Protestant, or you don't know.
Okay.
Because it makes a difference on where you would go search. Now, in general, a lot of Irish ancestors are going to be Catholic.
Right.
And then this will point you to the best place to search for that birth information.
Okay.
And for the Irish Roman Catholics, we're sending you to Find My Past as the first place to go search.
I love that. And then I have that if the birth record was not found, try this next, and where else you can try. And then I can go down on the same page. Now I want to look for that marriage record, and I've got the same great resources of where I want to go. Now what happens, like, let's go back. I'm just kind of curious. So I'm going to go back to Irish guided research. So if I'm looking after 1864, then that doesn't matter so much, right? The religion, because the changing in the way the records were done. Now I'm just in civil records, and if I click that, then I'm going to the civil records post 1864.
Right.
Okay.
And the civil records were recorded and sent into the government, the national government, and so in theory they should have a very, very high coverage of the population, and the records are readily accessible.
Wonderful.
They're all indexed.
I love how this is so clean and so simple, because a lot of times we do get bogged down with a lot of information, and this is a great way for you to just get a head start on what you might be looking for. The wiki pages are fantastic, and I live there, but I really love that this makes it even simpler for me to find those birth, marriage, and death records.
Yeah, that's the idea, simplicity. When we worked on this as the beginning of the idea,
Yeah.
We wanted to simplify things, and it isn't going to work for every research problem you're dealing with.
Right.
But hopefully 50% or more, it's going to work.
That's fantastic.
And if it doesn't, then we'll point you to some of the alternatives. For instance, in counties in the U.S. where records have been lost because of burned courthouse or whatever, we can provide workarounds to that and point you to sources like a newspaper index giving vital records. So it's a great resource to find out where to go search, but also for some of the problem solving things that you don't have to spend a lot of time looking for. We point you to the basics and the most helpful ones to start with.
And those are the ones that people want, right? I mean, those are, I mean, there's so many records that you can get when you're researching your family, but the birth, marriage, death records are really the base, right, for as we're trying to build somebody's identity and discover who they are. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me and giving me a tour. I really do appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. Thank you.
And this video right over here is that wiki video that I just talked about, as well as above it is the Family Search playlist, because Family Search is sincerely a wonderful website. It's free, and there are so many things there that you might find helpful for you. There's a bunch of videos that I did on other features of Family Search that you might really love. Have a great day. Good luck. Thanks.